In most of today's enterprises, the web is broken. What started out 10 years ago as a handful of websites has now exploded into dozens of different digital experiences that are delivered across a plethora of devices. Many of these experiences are built on an array of different products. They're totally disconnected from each other, and they're becoming increasingly costly to maintain. So as businesses have gone digital, most are connected to a diversity of back-end systems for customer support, account management, commerce, finance, etc. This ball of yarn approach, connecting and integrating all these systems, is very overwhelming, it's inefficient, and most importantly, it's very costly for customers. Meanwhile, if you decide that one vendor in the solution isn't working properly, it's non-trivial to go ahead and rip and replace just a single part of that comprehensive solution. The scary part of all this is that with the bar set by companies like Apple leading the way in the consumer world, customers are demanding a completely integrated experience across all these touch points. And they're defecting to brands who can deliver it all while maintaining the flexibility and freedom that comes with an open system. But it's important to remember that digital marketing goals and not IT are really driving the need for building these modern, flexible, and truly open web experience management solutions. Digital marketers need to be able to create, connect, convert, and capture rich content and captivating web experiences very consistently across all these channels of engagement. So first, organizations want to deliver value back to the business by engaging a wider audience and expanding their digital footprint across different geographies and out to new different customer segments. Secondly, they need to build brand loyalty and customer advocacy to help recommend their solution across the web. And they need to do this by generating new demand using modern marketing techniques that target personalized messages and content across web, mobile, and different social channels. And finally, they need to capture all the rich history of interactions with customers across all the touch points to be able to measure and refine future campaigns and content for better conversion rates. And that really truly is being driven by marketing today. So to do this effectively from an IT perspective, Drupal is leading the charge in the management of dynamic content in today's enterprise. Drupal powers approximately 2% of the entire web and has almost 1,000 contributors to the Drupal core. And arguably, Drupal shares with Linux the title of most active open source project with over 17,000 developers today and counting. And solutions like web experience management that are now being built on Drupal is winning the hearts and minds of digital marketers as well. And that's because it offers shorter innovation cycles, a faster time to market via the assembly of custom or contributed modules. It offers more flexibility to plug and play with different technologies like CRM, like we'll talk to today with OS Cube, and in the digital marketing ecosystem. It eliminates vendor lock-in because solutions are delivered in an open SaaS model that offers the freedom to package up your sites and move them to a different hosting provider or even host them yourself if you choose to do so. So it gives you that flexibility to move as needed, that IT agility. And as an open source licensing model, it offers you the operational budgeting options rather than CapEx, which is more in line with the way that digital marketers want to spend their variable budgets. And it results in a more compelling total cost of ownership. So there are a few specific areas to highlight to why digital marketing organizations are beginning to adopt Drupal as the platform of choice to achieve these WEM-type objectives. First, it offers truly agile marketing. As new social media communities gain in the marketplace, one you may have heard of that is gaining significant traction is Pinterest. So in February of this year, Pinterest reached 10 million unique visitors per month for the first time. And most folks consider that a key milestone in any new sort of technology community. This is when digital marketers and site owners started to become very interested in tapping into this new community to improve engagement on their site. So if you go to Drupal.org, you can follow an actual thread that shows how quickly the Drupal community was able to create a working module that was ultimately contributed back. And then by early April, 15 Drupal sites had already gone live and been recognized for integration with the Pinterest community to enable the pinning of images onto their site, which is very popular today. Drupal has also emerged as the new standard for managing integrated multi-channel customer experiences via its modern architecture, and that architecture is empowering organizations to treat content as individual data objects that can be delivered in whatever context you might choose. So that content can be reused, it can be pushed out to flexible front ends, whether it's publishing content to a social media site, building community on your own site, optimizing experiences for a specific mobile device, or even delivering campaigns across your microsites and landing pages. So these integrated experiences are what ultimately differentiate an organization from the mainstream competition, where messages and experience are typically cobbled together as a one-size-fits-all experience to your customers, and that really doesn't work today. So we've long believed that Drupal is the answer to much of this problem as a platform. Only Drupal can deliver a single, open, and flexible framework that seamlessly delivers content, social, and transactional experiences across that multiplicity of sites and devices you see on the front end. But the front end experience isn't enough. To truly power a digital enterprise business, your internal systems need to work just as well and connect to an immersive back end. Later, we'll be focusing on the integration with SugarCRM and web solutions powered by the Drupal platform. Since Drupal and SugarCRM have roots in open source, this combination is especially compelling for organizations who find building open source applications appealing. So this platform is also designed for marketers who need to drive personalized content and campaigns into specific customer segments and across different devices. So via a data-driven content model, Drupal can package these modular content components such as ratings or a metadata tag or even some type of personalized content block and help match them together into an optimized campaign for a particular customer segment that's consuming content on a particular type of device of their choice. So as an example, Florida hospitals today is differentiating their patient experiences using Drupal to allow their patients to find the closest hospital or doctor's office while on their mobile device. And they can do that quickly and easily using a web experience management solution built on Drupal. The free is in freedom nature, and rapid innovation is powered by the open source community for both Drupal and SugarCRM through this vibrant set of individuals that have built the web in the past and continue to build the web today. Continuous innovation is required by digital marketers to exploit these new opportunities, like in the Pinterest example. It's not possible today via the bottlenecks of a traditional product development process that you might be involved in. The distributed continuous innovation model by open source makes it a really good fit for digital marketing organizations who don't have the luxury to wait that 6 or 9 month release cycle to integrate something like Pinterest on their site. To gain competitive advantage, they need to do it seemingly overnight, and that's what those 15 sites I talked about were able to do. So as we introduce this new joint solution to the market, and I turn it over to Brian to discuss these new compelling use cases, we'll dive deeper into the following capabilities of a consolidated platform. So the first is delivering closed-loop demand generation programs that go all the way from awareness to consideration and through to purchase and retention. The second is to be able to create new social CRM experiences that enable improved support, customer self-service, and even customer loyalty. And then to deploy content-rich social experiences that seamlessly connect back to order processing, management, and different payment systems you've been using. So it's a very leading-edge and comprehensive platform that we'll go into in a lot more detail. From an Acquia perspective, just very briefly, we offer a host of solutions that span the full web experience management landscape that we consider building content, community, and commerce. So we provide software distributions on the bottom to accelerate how you build web solutions on top of Drupal, as well as community solutions and commerce. Then we offer the Acquia network for technical support, as well as other value-added services in the network. We offer Acquia Cloud for fully hosted, managed Drupal deployments. And then at the top, we offer Drupal Gardens as a pre-built site factory to help you expedite your multi-site build-outs and deployments on Drupal. So finally, Drupal is a purpose-built platform for engagement, and being able to engage at the speed of the web helps marketers with the fastest time to market for these types of projects. It's delivered via a SaaS business and deployment model, so you can drive up the ROI, and you have the freedom to interchange technologies in the system as required by your business. It provides a best-of-breed ecosystem of partners to tap into in building immersive web experience management solutions, such as CRM. And with that, I'll now turn it over to Brian to dive deeper into how Drupal and SugarCRM are coming together to provide this very comprehensive CRM-enabled web experience platform for your business. So we're excited to have him. Brian?
Oh, thanks, John. Thanks, Katie. And thank you, everyone, for joining our webinar here. This is Brian. I'm Brian Land with OSS Cube. Vineet Agrawal, our Director of Operations, will also be helping me today to talk about how you can leverage the powerful capabilities of Drupal and SugarCRM, the two leaders in open source CMS and CRM. So we here at OSS Cube, we have major practices in both of these solutions, and it's really a perfect fit as both have roots in open source cloud computing, and they both leverage the LAMP stack. So in this presentation, we'll talk about real-world examples of how OSS Cube has helped our customers integrate Drupal and Sugar. So we've been able to leverage, they've been able to leverage immense value by connecting and engaging more tightly with their customers, better qualify web leads, and also increase revenue by marketing, for example, to abandoned shopping carts. So we'll talk about all these use cases, and then at the end, I'll also do a quick demo. So we have a live demo, actually something that we're doing on our own site. So why don't we go ahead and get started. There we go. That was our intro slide there. So first, I want to talk a little bit about Sugar. So I know you know quite a bit about Drupal already, but let's dive into SugarCRM. I wanted to give you a quick overview and some background. SugarCRM has quickly grown over the years, with roots in open source to now being the third largest CRM system in the world with over 1 million users. I'm seeing even more than that. I've seen great movement lately in the enterprise as well, especially since the IBM Global Alliance relationship. And what can, just some background on the, just personally, my career began with one of the initial CRM systems called Scopus in the mid-90s out of Emeryville, California, and we actually started out as 3 screens, company, contact, and case. And actually worked directly with PBX that can handle 50,000 phones. This is a call center scenario to do things like screen pops and things like that. So, but long story short, by that time, Siebel bought us a couple of years later. It was a complete marketing, sales, and service solution with over 200 screens. A lot of value. Again, a 360-degree view of the customer, but the problem, it was, client server, closed architecture, expensive deployments, and a really tough upgrade process. So pretty tough. So SugarCRM, to fast forward here, 10 years later, is really taking it to the next generation with an open, flexible, value-based solution with roots in open source. So it provides a 360-degree view of your prospects and customers. So what starts on the marketing side, some great demand generation tools to help you generate leads. Then the sales components, you shift it over to the sales components to help you qualify, manage the pipeline forecast. And once you secure the customer, an integrated support system is also included, all within one system. So, SugarCRM really does provide a complete customer lifecycle system. So I just put this slide up here for a little bit of a combined strength. You see the Drupal and SugarCRM. Drupal on the content management, user-generated content, e-commerce, social, collaboration, products. There's a little bit of overlap. So Sugar also has a sales, marketing, customer service, but you'll see some products in there and reporting, et cetera. But what we're going to talk about are a little bit of overlap in the use cases, but also how you can leverage the power by integrating the two solutions. So let's just talk about some use cases here. So when we talk about social CRM, really talking about a strategy, including customer engagement, interactions, and as a beneficial byproduct, transactions. So, what happens when a user engages with your company? Leaves a comment, review, or, as John pointed out, the latest thing Pinterest did. So, Drupal and social has tremendous engagement interaction possibilities with your customers and prospects. And, guess what? CRM is all about customers and prospects. However, there are, many business-related actions, that need to happen in those cases. So there's a disconnect today, I think, in a lot of cases, but I think what we're going to see by integrating these two, we can actually connect them. So let's see how we can leverage this great social information. So let's talk about the benefits and usages of Drupal. Because in a lot of cases, this may be the primary point of engagement with your prospect or customer. So when you think on the left-hand side, upper left, you think of the common components such as download, comment, shop, like. This is, and then you transition to the sugar side. This is all great information to take advantage of that. For example, create a lead, opportunity, order, case, quote. And take that a step further on the far right. So we're able to extract that great information from Drupal, such as search engine, query, region, IP, source, browsing path. So, for example, using session tracking, when a user comes on the website, session tracking is initiated by Drupal. So using this, Drupal can know, is this a first-time visitor or repeat visitor? Which provides, it could be valuable information from a CRM perspective, from a sales perspective. Browsing history. So users' browsing history can be captured in Drupal under the same session, which is also great information to pass on to a sales system, a CRM system. So what about recommendations? When users take some specific action on the site, he gets more information about himself or herself, contacts, name, details. So this additional information can be further tied up with the browsing history for user for analytics and possible recommendations. So, this is all great information to be integrated with SugarCRM. Based on the social data, I can queue up my inside sales teams or marketing teams to target these potential customers. For example, the natural is I can create a lead. I can also, this is automatic, by the way, automatically create a lead. I can automatically update an existing lead with that browsing data if a customer is, recurring to come to my site or a specific page and alert my rep of what just happened. But, let's just take the flip side of that. What if a customer left a negative review? Would it be beneficial for your customer service team to, proactively respond to that user? Because we can automatically create a case in SugarCRM based on that negative feedback from your website. Could it save a customer? Perhaps. However, we've seen that by proactively engaging with the customer can reduce any further erosion of product brand or loss of future sales. So again, by integrating social CRM with CMS, with Drupal, you can be proactive. So you can get visibility in the communication about your products and services and brands also. So, why not engage your internal service team to respond and promote? So we think engagement is a key tool in the customer lifecycle. I was, just a quick story here, I was recently at SugarCon a few weeks ago. That's the annual user conference for SugarCRM. And you may be aware of Guy Kawasaki, a huge blogger on the social world, but he spoke about engagement. And it was pretty enlightening. From his perspective, customer service is the new marketing. Just because of the pervasiveness and openness of customer opinions and their voice. For example, just a couple examples, Yelp, Amazon, and I really see his point. I know I now personally go to these sites before making a product or service purchase, look at the reviews real quickly. Sometimes it depends on the value, but I definitely see how the user is gaining so much more these days. So, and that all ties back into this whole message. All this continuous feedback is possible with an integrated SugarCRM solution and Drupal. So there are so many ways to help you increase engagement, collaboration, and value by integrating Drupal and CRM. So I'll just get to the next slide. What about sales? So CRM has its own web-to-lead form. And you basically enter information on a form, such as contact info, product request, et cetera, and submit. And this will automatically create a lead in Sugar. And you can even get an email request, which is great. However, what if you could take advantage of the valuable information in Drupal? For example, could you create rules and auto-assign based on, auto-assign to a group or rep on users' region deducted by their IP address? Yes, you can. Can you include search query to the lead to help sales understand the customer's possible pain point or understanding? Yes, you can. And so how did the user find your product? What was the path? Why not include that in the lead form automatically for some perspective about what your customer's thinking? And what about time spent? Can you create a workflow, for example, to prioritize leads with the higher time spent on the page website? Sure. And more importantly, what about the history of visits? So if the user visits your site multiple times, would you like to know that from a sales perspective? I think so. Personally I would. And perhaps you could create a special workflow in SugarCRM for such. So all this is great information to help your lead scoring from the front end and help you become more efficient from a sales process perspective and increase revenue. So Drupal Commerce UberCart has fantastic e-commerce capabilities. It also has tools for managing abandoned shopping carts. However, what if you can marry it and leverage that key data in your CRM system? So SugarCRM has great campaign capabilities to follow up with those potential customers on an ongoing basis. You can send periodic email campaigns or create a custom workflow to create a lead follow-up for high-value items or click-through rates on that marketing email or newsletter. And I say the term click-through because you can run a report in SugarCRM to see actually who opened your marketing emails, which gauges interest. And then so that gives you some good insight, basically. So recall that we're targeting lost sales due to abandoned shopping carts to generate new sales through Sugar's email campaign, marketing campaign functionality. So there are a number of order management integrations possible. Drupal can handle the front end of the transaction typically, but from there, SugarCRM can really handle a lot of the integration with the ERP. Since in a lot of cases, there's already an integration to ERP from SugarCRM, from the CRM system, and allow Drupal to even leverage that even more. So, like I mentioned earlier, SugarCRM has a robust reporting and dashboard capabilities. We'll in fact demo these shortly. I'll quickly transition to the demo. But why not pull some more valuable data that's in Drupal, whether it be order or browsing or other information in Sugar to get that more enhanced view, and including orders both offline and online. And of course, the main benefit of using Sugar is engaging with your customer. And finally, our customers want to eliminate the management of two separate product repositories. So, both Sugar and Drupal, they both have product catalogs. And we built synchronization processes with our customers so that products are defined, in one system and managed only in that system, and then synchronized to the other. So that really reduces time management and, of course, possible data entry errors. And newsletter, regarding newsletter management, obviously Drupal allows you, has a newsletter subscription mailing functionality. Now, I already did touch on what Sugar has from a campaign perspective, but just a little bit more detail here allows you to manage mailing lists, utilize automated workflows within your campaign process, track bounces, opens, click-throughs, unsubscribes. And what about leads? Can we create a lead based on newsletter or email interaction? Yes, you can. We can build that. Again, SugarCRM has extensive reporting to not only show newsletter distribution but also ROI. So I'm going to transition from newsletter to email management or campaign email outbound marketing. But did you spend money for this campaign? Well, how much revenue did you generate from that campaign? So let's just back into an ROI from that marketing perspective. Okay, so just in review of the use cases, we talked about social CRM, promoting and protecting the brand, lead scoring, so enhanced lead form, web to lead, from Drupal to Sugar, allows you to increase revenue and also sales efficiencies. From an e-commerce perspective, turning those abandoned shopping carts into new customers by proactive marketing. Order management, so integrating and automating, more integration to automate along the way. And newsletter and campaign management. Let's get some more visibility and ROI. Okay, we're going to transition to a couple of tech slides. I have Vineet on the line. Vineet, you want to take these next two?
Yeah, I think, Brian, let's take these after conducting the demo, and we can cover these with the questions also, probably.
Okay, sounds good. Let me go ahead and share. Okay, Vineet, can you see my Google Chrome, my browser?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I talked about earlier about showing a demo of integration of a Drupal and SugarCRM. So I'm just going to give you a quick couple of scenarios here. So I went to Google, and I'll put my end user hat here. Let's say I'm looking for SugarCRM. I'm typing with one hand, phone in the other. It'll be a little slow. Customization. And search. Here we go. Scroll down here. Ah, look at this. I already knew this was going to pop up, but OSS Cube, this is our website. We came in the SEO rankings here. It's SugarCRM Customization Services. So I'll click on that link, and it pops over to this is our website. And this is an engagement. By the way, we do use Drupal internally. I mean, we really, we use it for content management systems. We have a big practice in Drupal and Sugar, so I mean, it'd be a crime if we didn't use Drupal for our own website. But so here's a little bit of information about our services, SugarCRM customization, and an engagement point right here. Contact our SugarCRM experts. So I will type in my name. Here we go. And then click submit. So what's going to happen here is that's going to, oh, I need to put a code in. Guy Kawasaki had a great joke about this code during his speech. Some are barely legible. So, thank you for contacting OSS Cube. Now it's going to send an entry. It's going to create a lead within SugarCRM. So I'll just drop on over to our CRM system, refresh, and then here we go. Here's my new lead that just came in. Let me drill in, and you see it came from the website. My information was captured. But I just want to show you this customization we built. And this ties into the Drupal information. So it was able to capture the search engine. We use Google. What were my search engine keywords? SugarCRM customization. That's what I typed in when I searched Google. The country and visited pages, and also, of course, state. So that's just one example of a tie-in. I think that's good information to have as an inside salesperson. I do want to talk a little bit about, I'll just drop on over here to a demo instance of the campaign feature of Sugar as well. We talked about integrated email campaigns. This is SugarCRM. This is a campaign, looks like it happened a couple years ago, called Summer Marketing Effort. And I did talk about ROI, so it looks like, had a budget of $23,000 expected, so we can do some quick ROI there. But, this has already happened in the past. There's a wizard here to walk me through creating a new one, but I want to look at the status of this email campaign because it shows a little bit about the reporting capabilities that's available. Here we go. So this is after the fact, after the email has been blasted. And it gives me a quick, nice little chart of what was sent. So 159 emails were sent out. Of that, 12 bounced, 45 click-throughs, and 116 views. They opened the email. So this gives me a sense of, who's interested in this promotion or this email, this product or service. The 45 click-throughs is especially interesting because that means they're interested enough where they clicked on the link and opened the page. And with the drill down capabilities, just one-click drill down, I can get a list of those, and I can send this over to my sales team for follow-up. Okay? So that's just one example of the campaign feature. I did want to just quickly show some of the reporting and dashboards also within Sugar. So if I were to migrate that Drupal information in Sugar, this is just a pipeline from a salesperson's perspective. There's a marketing page for this dashboard. These are called dashlets. So this is leads by lead source dashlet, my leads dashlet. And I can quickly see, looks like how many leads by type, cold call, website. If you drill into that lead, you can also extract that information and put it right here within the body of the lead. Okay? So I just want to quickly show a demo there of what was capable. I'm going to transition back to the PowerPoint. There we go. Okay, Vineet, you want to talk about the technology?
Yeah, a little bit, not in great detail, but just to talk about what are the different methods of integration that are available, and here I'm essentially talking about the simple form integrations that are possible. So there are three ways. Most of the modules that are available right now uses SugarCRM Api Method, where which is a real-time method where whenever you submit the information, it basically uses APIs and send out information in SugarCRM. The only problem with this method is that whenever APIs break, the information don't go from one system to another. So you can also use database storage and cron method where you're storing all the information locally in Drupal and you're running batch jobs with the APIs again, but you're doing error predictions and essentially keeping a backup copy of all your form information in Drupal also. The other way is that SugarCRM, with all the forms in SugarCRM, whether it's lead, opportunity, contacts, or accounts form, you can get a HTML of that form. Basically, if you're not a programmer, you just get a HTML of the form and put it within your Drupal site or any other website, and it will start sending you the information in SugarCRM. Brian, can you go to the next slide?
Sure.
Now, another thing which is very, very useful, for which there are no modules that exist, but it's pretty simple to build on, is to do single sign-on for internal users of both Drupal and SugarCRM, specifically for people who are managing a bit of SugarCRM products and a bit of Drupal Commerce product or UberCart products also. So they need to sign transparently in between two systems. So either you can use LDAP or SAML based integrations, or you can build your own simple HTTP form based single sign-on between SugarCRM and Drupal. So these are the two technology pieces I wanted to cover. There are really a lot of things that can be done, but we didn't wanted to go really good detail into how pieces, but we'll be very happy to take on those questions on how and answer those scenarios. Also, when you're asking question, it will be great to know if you have done any other form of Drupal customization or integration between these two systems, which we haven't thought of. It will be good to know for everyone here.
Great, thanks, Vineet. Yep. So that wraps up our presentation. I do want to transition to Q&A portion. I saw a couple of questions come into the chat. I'm not sure if Vineet, if you see them. One came to me was, I'll just start this one. Is there any? So there are multiple editions of SugarCRM. Is there any difference in how you integrate? Of course, there's community, which is open source. There's professional, corporate, enterprise, and technically, from an architecture perspective, there's no difference in terms of how you integrate and what you can integrate to. Well, I'll tell you the what you can integrate to. There is a difference. With community, it is it's missing some pieces of functionality. So with professional above all the paid versions, you do get support hosting, but also there's a number of items. I can follow up if you want to send me an email direct, but it's you do get reporting, dashboards, workflow. So workflow and some of these examples I gave earlier were on professional or above, and roles-based access, for example. So there's just some examples of what's in professional version and higher. So you do technically and architecturally-wise, it doesn't matter, but there are some pieces that are missing in community.
Yeah, basically, what will matter is the functionality that you want to have in SugarCRM or the integration that you want to build in. So if you're looking at the analytics to happen in SugarCRM of all your product sales that are happening in UberCart, technically the integration is possible, but if you're using the free version of SugarCRM, you will need to build the reporting part yourself. All that is possible, but if you're using higher versions, you get that as a bundled piece already.
I see another question that came in. Are there existing stable Sugar API modules for Drupal that you might be able to recommend or talk to?
Yes, there are two modules. One is Web to Sugar and Form to. Basically, they are form integrator modules, and I'll just give you those module links pasted on the chat window. But there is one which is quite stable, and I'm just going to put it in the form window. But essentially, these are form integration module only, which are available. The other things in terms of e-commerce capabilities or the social CRM, the part that we talked about, those modules right now doesn't exist, and it will be good to build them.
And we had another question that came into the Q&A piece, which is it seems they're trying to do some of what Pardot is doing, and can you address that? Yes, Pardot is a very feature-rich, robust solution, and with a whole company around it. The examples we gave are specific integrations for a single project. So it's not although the code is developed, customized. So it's not going to have all the features of a Pardot. But of course, it also is not going to come with the investment as well.
Yeah, I mean it's a wonderful question in terms of Pardot or HubSpot or Constant Contact. Now remember, all of these features are super specialist features super specialist products. So technically speaking, all of that is possible by integrating these two systems. But if you're looking to do something in a large scale, then probably the specialist solutions are better in those scenarios. But for most of the simple use cases, both of these are absolutely possible.
I had a related question here. Are there any Drupal modules that are prerequisites or required to set up the initial integration with Sugar?
No. If you're using Drupal core, you should be, all is set for that.
The
other one was, can Sugar handle expiring memberships or expiring subscriptions?
Say that again.
Can the Sugar system handle expiring memberships or subscriptions?
Oh yes. So the newsletter integration or subscription management is a very mature piece. We call it as campaign management piece, where not only you can expire subscriptions and manage subscription, you can also do multiple list management. So for example, you can say, depending on where somebody is subscribing to newsletter, you can say that, hey, this person is belonging to this particular list, and I need to send this specialist newsletter to them. So all the multiple list management, subscription management, recursive lead newsletter management. So let me give you a use case, which is very useful use case, and which sometimes is kind of a life-saving use case. Is that suppose you run a campaign saying that new product launch to 2,000 people, and out of those 2,000 people, 300 people saw your email and came to your web page, but did not fill in the contact form. Now you can put up a rule in SugarCRM saying that to these 300 people, send up another newsletter which is very specific newsletter and probably containing a more exciting offer on the product, so that my chances of getting those people into a lead or an opportunity is higher. So all those kind of recursive newsletter or rule-based campaigns, you can really run very maturely in SugarCRM.
I do want to expand on the Pardot. Constant Contact was mentioned. Also, HubSpot is another marketing module. Those SugarCRM does come with out-of-the-box modules for those systems. So if you do decide to take it to the next step to get to that level, it's already integrated.
Yeah.
Next one, implementation question. Where is SugarCRM normally run? Is it on the same server as the Dribble website, or can it also be run locally on a web server in the data center?
That is an excellent question. Now, the beauty of both these systems is that both of them are essentially running on LAMP stack. So even if you're hosting on a single server, it really doesn't require you to implement or install additional software for running both of these systems. You can really run both of these systems on a single system, but it depends on how much traffic you're having on Drupal site and what is the usage in SugarCRM. So if both of them are highly intensive usage scenarios, then you can separate out the server. You can obviously host your SugarCRM into a local server till the time it is connected with internet, and IP-based transactions can happen between your web server and your local server. Then the integration will run fine. There are many use cases where people are using SugarCRM on their local intranet because all their sales representatives are in the local intranet, but obviously Drupal is hosted on the web server, so those integrations are very much possible.
I think this one might have been partially answered, but can the freemium model SugarCRM version be integrated into an existing Drupal site?
Oh yes, for sure, they can.
This one is more on the Drupal side, so talking about the Drupal and shopping cart experience integration. Is it possible for Drupal to provide more personalized content in an iterative way? So I would answer that as yes, we do provide integration points with all your popular flavors of analytics, such as Omniture, Web Trends, Google Analytics. And you would be able to, if you have sort of a shopping cart abandonment issue, get some rich information on why they might be doing that, what they might be searching for, and ultimately you can start to automate the process of pushing more relevant content to that specific user that abandoned their shopping cart and start to get better conversion rates over time. So just another point on sort of this expanding ecosystem and leveraging whatever flavor of analytics you might be using to drive personalized content back to that user and facilitate better conversion rates on the shopping cart process and a more transformative shopping experience. One more here. I'd like to use Drupal for our customer-facing website. Do you have anything that will allow a new user to authenticate their identity info, such as phone number, email address, against Sugar's contact module?
So let me rephrase what you're saying to understand this question correctly. What you're saying is that whenever a new user is created in Drupal, you want to make sure that that particular user already exists in SugarCRM. Is that what you're saying? Is that what I've understood correctly?
That's how it reads, to be able to sort of authenticate identity, federate identity across the systems.
Yeah, I mean, for sure that is possible. There are no modules that are available, but it is fairly simple to do, for sure.
Are there modules available to keep Drupal users in sync with the Sugar leads?
Now, again, here, what will be very important is to understand what is that you want to achieve out of this. But this can be done either through there are no modules which are available, but again, this is extremely simple to do because either you can do a single sign-on mechanism which will ensure that the users exist both the places. But if you're looking at the lead syncing, I really don't see a use case. Think of a use case there, but definitely it is possible to do that.
There's one question about Facebook integration. How do you deal with Facebook likes? You know, can you capture them and create a lead, and what types of information can you capture?
That's a great question. That's what we talked about in the social CRM integration part. So Drupal has very good modules available around integration with different social sites, including Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google+. And all of that information essentially goes in Drupal database also. So you can send out, you can set up a system saying that, hey, if somebody is putting up a Facebook like, I need to capture his basic details and create a lead in my system. So you can capture the information which we have just shown, including if he has come from search engine, the search engine query, search engine, the IP, country, what pages he browsed before he clicked on Facebook Live, and his Facebook ID or username. All that can be created as a lead, and then you can follow up your own workflows in SugarCRM. Now, incidentally, we are going to release this particular module, which is the social CRM integration module, where we are capturing all of these information and creating lead shortly. So in Drupal, so I will find out a way to inform you guys, but if you can send us an email if you require that module, we'll be very happy to send out whatever we have.
Okay, I'm just going to take one or two more questions here. Is there a guide or tutorial for setting up the integration between Drupal and Sugar that you might be able to recommend, or anything forthcoming?
I wouldn't know about that right now offhand. Not really. There are a lot of forum discussions that are happening, but I don't think of a concise guide that is there. But I'll be very happy to send out some links after doing a little bit of research, and we'll send it across to you. If you can send me an email, we'll be very happy to do that. I'm sending out my email address on chat window.
Great. Those were excellent questions. Hope everyone thought the session was valuable. I want to thank both Brian and Vineet for joining us today. Great information, and we're looking forward to helping folks that want to drive the value back to the marketing and IT organizations to provide better agility, combining both Drupal and SugarCRM going forward. If we do see any best practices documentation come out, or if we create it, we'll certainly get that out to this list. So thanks everybody again for coming today, and we'll have this recorded and posted within the next 48 hours by the end of the week if you want to take a look. And thank you again for joining. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.